afternoon. My name is Jessica Leslie. I am the Juvenile Correction Officers Corps Coordinator for our department. And it is my pleasure to welcome all of you guys to the 2025 Juvenile Corps Corrections Officer Academy. Okay, first and foremost, can you hear me? I'm usually pretty loud, so I'm just making sure, okay? I'd like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the friends, family, staff, and administration in attendance today. Your presence is a symbol of support to the officers seated before you. Over the past 6 weeks, these officers have endured many challenges. Our Corps Academy consists of 230 hours of in-class, face-to-face instruction. This does not include hours of study time outside of the classroom. Their training includes topics centered around physical training, defensive tactics, and de-escalation. Our officers were exposed to mental health and behavioral health training, including suicide prevention, human trafficking awareness, trauma-informed care, emotional survival, and good old liability, right? These officers were rigorously tested throughout the academy to assess their comprehension and knowledge of the material presented. They successfully completed 3 comprehensive exams, which included a total of 333 questions, along with 16 written skills tests and 37 behavioral skills tests. And they're all sitting here, so they have all passed. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd like to take a minute to recognize the outstanding group of officers here before us today. This class includes 3 officers from Camp Irwin-Owens, 5 from the Kern Crossroads facility, and 6 from the Youth Detention Facility. If you had the opportunity to work with this group, it was clear that they shared a unique connection. Laughter and sarcasm became a regular part of their daily routine. They are not just officers, they are individuals who bring with them unique strengths, life experiences, and personal values that will serve as a guiding asset throughout their careers. Each of them carries distinct perspectives shaped by their journey, and together they formed a diverse and dynamic team. Their team consisted of a softball championship coach, a soccer player, a New York native. Some had families from law enforcement backgrounds, and some saw what the criminal life did to close friends and families and chose a different path. Their empathy, resilience, integrity, and determination are not just traits. They are tools that will help them lead, connect, and make lasting impacts in the lives of the youth that they serve. As they move forward, it is these qualities that will define their success far beyond the classroom or training environment. To the graduates, as youth service officers, you wear many hats. You are mentors, coaches, referees, and at times viewed as parental figures. One of your most important responsibilities is to provide safety, care, support to the youth under your supervision. Keep in mind, your influence extends beyond the institution. Remember to lead with compassion, not only towards the youth that you serve and supervise, but also to one another. Be a listening ear, a voice of reason, and a source of support. Each of you will have the opportunity to guide, shape, and positively impact the lives of the youth in your care. In this role, you provide both accountability and opportunity. At times, you will act as a referee, helping youth recognize and learn from their mistakes. But more often, you will be a coach, offering direction, encouragement, and a path towards growth, transformation, and a new way of thinking. I wish all of you continued success, strength, and fulfillment as you begin this next chapter in your journey. May you lead with purpose and make a lasting impact wherever your journey leads you. Thank you. To our instructors, our department is recognized for having the best trainers and serving as a model for training across the state. You hold a unique and vital role role, as each of you are assigned to a specific facility, allowing you to stay actively involved with new staff on a daily basis and continuously guide and mentor them. You help with instilling confidence and competence in our officers, two essential qualities for success. It is often said that knowledge is power, but true strength lies in knowing how and when to apply it. That ability is the hallmark of true leadership. Remember, it is not the classroom, but the instructor that makes the greatest impact. You are the leaders of today. Our department values your dedication, motivation, and the wisdom that you bring to shape the leaders of tomorrow. Thank you for everything that you do. Will all of my instructors who are in attendance today please stand? Let's give them a round of applause. Thanks, guys. In recognition of our outstanding instructors, we are proud to present the Core Instructor Recognition Award. This award is especially meaningful because it is voted on by the core students themselves. It honors the instructor who stood out above the rest in knowledge, professionalism, engagement, and overall presentation. For this the Core Instructors Recognition Award is presented to Youth Senior Officer Marissa Meza. Just so everyone knows, the instructor doesn't know that they got the award until they get here. So it took everything I could to get her here from the facility without telling her why she needed to be here. I was like, all the instructors are going to be recognized. Please come. So this is her first time to the graduation too. So she got an award as well. Good job, Lisa. Now it is my honor to introduce Chief Probation Officer William Dickinson, who will share a few words, administer the oath, and formally acknowledge our graduates.
Thank you, Jessica. I had no doubt, by the way, knowing this group a little bit. So, yeah, welcome everybody. And just full disclosure, I know Jessica tried to blame it on the girls, but it actually had to fix my hair before the picture. So that's what was taking so long. But yeah, good afternoon. I first want to welcome the friends and family of the graduates and the probation staff who came out to support our youth services officer graduates today. I know it means a lot to them that you'd come and show your support today, and it means a lot to me too that you would come and show their support as they have become part of our probation family. I'd also like to thank our training team for sure. Jessica hit on it, but our training team is great, and it just continues to get better under the leadership of Miss Kathy Garcia over here and her staff. It's just really an impressive part of our department that I'm very, very proud of. And specific to this core training, of course, thanks go to Jessica, Leslie, and Rodolfo Martin for heading it up and the effort they put into it. And not only that, but just the care and the support that I know that they've given the graduates here today on a day in and day out basis. It's just a lot to ask of staff. We do this training with an all in-house team, and it's just a lot to ask for staff because those who choose to train you guys are staff that have other assignments. Aside from Jessica and Rodolfo, Kathy, and the training crew, everybody else who trains does so because they have a desire to build into the lives of others. They still have their duties to go back to, whether they work in facilities or have a caseload or work in court units or wherever they work. They do that extra training in addition to that because they build it into you. So I couldn't be more thankful for those who choose to train our staff. And now, congratulations now to you guys, the reason we're here today, to the graduates. I want you to know that the work you do as officers within our facilities is incredibly important. And if you think about it, there's really only a very small percentage of the county's overall youth population that require our services due to their criminally delinquent behavior. On any given day, we have anywhere between 170 and 190 youth in custody. And Kern County's, there's almost 1 million people in Kern County, a lot of those being youth. So we really deal with a very small segment of the population that requires our services, and it's incredibly important. And by the nature of your job, you have the ability to have a positive impact on those high-risk youth through your daily interactions and efforts. And as officers, you are strategically placed so that you can and do make a difference. As you do all that's asked of you, I want you to remember that these youth that we work with all have something in common. They will eventually be returning to our community, and we want them to leave our facilities better prepared for success than when they arrived. And as officers, you play a key role in that rehabilitation process, as you will have the most direct contact with these youth on a daily basis. And this all starts the moment they enter our custody at our Youth Detention Center. It doesn't wait until they get into a commitment program and are done with court. It begins with those very initial interactions that we have with them as a probation department and that you have with them as youth services officers. And I hope you treat each interaction and conversation as a chance to be a positive influence and a positive role model. So how do you do that? You had 200 plus hours of training to help you learn how to do that. But in working with youth, I ask that you seek to employ more of a coach versus referee philosophy. The essence of this style is that a coach has a vested interest in the improvement of the youth, while the referee is solely concerned with rule compliance. And remember, the youth we work with require mentorship, guidance, and an understanding of the reason they're being held accountable in order to increase the chance of rehabilitation. You are asked and required to work in the tension that exists between developing appropriate rapport and maintaining appropriate boundaries as well. And that can be a difficult thing to do. If you've worked in the facilities, and I know you all have for at least 2 shifts, your boundaries have probably already been tested a little bit. And that's going to continue no matter how tenured you become in your career. Sometimes that's done out of malicious intent, and other times it's done out of survival instinct that has been built into these youth that have come into our care. And I just ask that you have the discernment to know the difference. It also reminds me of a saying I once heard, and it's rules without relationship lead to rebellion. Rules without relationship lead to rebellion. We could post rules and we could dictate rules, but without that relationship, there's going to be that tension and that rebellion that comes out. It's building that appropriate professional rapport that'll help move the needle with some of these youth who are ready to take that next step in rehabilitation. That statement also speaks to the coach versus referee philosophy and is in line with the department's guiding principle of ensuring accountability and opportunity in our numerous important roles. And you've already heard it from Jessica, and you've heard it from me, and you'll hear it talked about a lot throughout your careers in Kern County. In your roles, you're going to hold youth accountable when they misstep. And you're also going to provide them opportunities to learn new things, grow from their mistakes, and each part is equally important. A quote that's written in the bulletins further expands on this, and it's from Winston Churchill. And it says, "Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen." There will be times in your career when you will have to stand up and speak to and for the youth in our custody and the fellow staff that you work with. There will also be times when you have to sit down and listen to both as well. And it's my hope that you will have the discernment to know when each is required. So in closing, I just want to give you 4 simple goals that I say at each core graduation that we have. Be safe. We're in the safety business, and we're charged to keep other people safe, but it starts with your safety. Doesn't mean you won't do dangerous things. It doesn't mean there won't be difficult tasks for you to do, but your safety is paramount to be able to provide for the safety of others. Be professional. I talked about it a little bit earlier. It's paramount that we're professional in our interactions with these youth, their families when they come in, the co-agencies that we work with, your co-workers, and then the public in general. Do good. You know, you like I said, you learned a lot, 200 plus hours of training over several weeks. We have manuals at each of your facilities and a department manual that are very thick, have a lot of guidelines in them that, of course, we expect you to read and somewhat understand, but you won't always have them on hand when a decision needs to be made in the immediacy, right? So I just want you to remember to think, you're like, am I doing good here? Whatever decision I have to make right now, am I doing good? And that'll take you a long way. And lastly, have fun. You know, I don't think that's going to be a challenge for this class based on the video, to have some fun. But really, have fun. Have fun in the work you do. Some days are definitely harder than others, and some days are definitely better than others as well as you go through your career. But you had the chance to get to know each other a little bit better. You've had the chance to get to know some instructors. They're always going to be around the department for you to tap into for additional knowledge. And I want you to have fun working for the probation department as well. I wish each of you personal and professional success throughout your careers. And I want you to know that the department's management team, myself, and those in leadership positions are here to support you along the way as well. So thank you and congratulations. Now I'm going to have you guys stand and we'll administer the oath of office. Go ahead and stand for me. All right. Raise your right hand and just repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter. Congratulations. Have a seat. Now it's certificate time. So I know it's graduation season, and some of you may have had the pleasure or displeasure of attending a high school or junior high graduation this year. And at those things, they say, you know, please hold your applause till all graduates have been read. But here we do it a little different. So I encourage you to applaud for each graduate. And if a woohoo now and then is appropriate, feel free to do that too. Cynthia Alvarez. Cameron Castaneda. Giovanni Cruz. Eduardo Garibay. Oh, Troy Goins. Crystal Gutierrez. Janet Hernandez. McKaylee Garcia Moore. Jeremy Newell. Jose Regosa. Darius Rao. Jackie Smith. Cesar Torres. Noemi Valladares.
At the conclusion of each Core Academy, 2 special awards are presented, one for outstanding leadership and one for outstanding achievement. The Outstanding Leadership Award recognizes a student who consistently demonstrated strong leadership skills throughout the Core and was voted on by the instructors. The Outstanding Achievement Award honors the student who earned the highest cumulative test scores in their class. For the Outstanding Leadership, the award goes to Camp Irwin Owens Troy Goins. If you couldn't tell, we don't tell them who gets the leadership award or the achievement award either until they get here. So it's always a surprise. Congratulations, sir. The Outstanding Achievement Award, with test scores reaching the 91st percentile, is awarded to Kern Crossroads Facilities Giovanni Cruz. Overall, they could earn their own individual awards for different personalities and different things that happen in CORE. But let's give them all a round of applause for completing this 6 weeks. In closing, I would like to thank you all for joining our Youth Service Officer CORE Academy graduation. Your continued support means so much and serves as a strong foundation for the officers as they move forward in their careers. This will conclude our ceremony. There are cookies out front for everyone and water bottles. Please take them so the kitchen staff don't get mad that I didn't eat them all myself. And please enjoy the rest of your day and continue celebrating these guys. Thank you.